having said that, I mean, there could be limited application of astrology. It's a science, it's there, but as long as one understands, right, what is the absolute truth and what is the position of astrology, once you understand, right, that the whole thing what I talked about, that in either case it's not permanent, it's temporary, right? It's always changing. But just like that doesn't mean I give up everything, right? I have my work, I do my job, I eat food, right? So, but at the same time, we have a perspective of the absolute reality. If that is there, then we can definitely apply astrology take help from astrology, and you can take guidance and as and when needed, whatever situation you are. But to think that in itself is the absolute thing, right? People sometimes have very limited reason. Look at 100 years of life. You know what? I'm gonna use all this auxiliary sciences like astrology and figure out what is best for me. I'm not saying we should not, but I'm saying at the same time we should understand what is the absolute truth, what is our position. Ultimate solution is not astrology, right? The eternal position is to be engaged in the service of Krishna. So, if that understanding is there, then you can definitely use astrology whenever needed. But using astrology in itself, but neglecting your eternal duty, eternal dharma of serving Krishna is not going to be beneficial. Does that answer the question? Okay. So, that is the gist of the discussion that we had. Any other secondary questions you have, or anyone else based on what we discussed? No questions? Yeah.
Prabhuji, share your experiences, transcendental experiences of Rath Yatra in LA.
What?
Experiences of Rath Yatra in LA. You have been to Jagannath Rath Yatra, Los Angeles.
Before I can talk about that, before any other question related to the topic of discussion.
When we are trying to be indifferent to the reactions of good and bad karma, now, since we are living in this material world, when we get the reaction to good karma, would you not enjoy that? Would you not go with it and accept it that, okay, I'm getting that as a reaction of my good karma. Let me enjoy the good time that I'm having while it lasts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a natural thing because, again, devotee, again, is not a stone. It's not like the Buddhistic philosophy or the nihilistic philosophy where they say I'm just inert to all sort of sensory perception. It's not that we stop differentiating between good and bad or happiness and distress. That sense perception is always there. So, it's there, and devotee might get results of the good activities, and he might feel happy, and he feels. But it's not the same as a non-devotee. Non-devotee just bounces up, jumps, oh, this is it, you know what? It's like the top of the sky, cloud number 9, and he's enjoying like anything. He's like super related. Devotee understands that he has a broader perspective that I talked about. That okay, this is the result of my good activities, and it's going to be temporary. It's not going to last forever. And again, there will be bad times, and I might have a reaction of bad karma. So he's not super related when he's in happiness, and he's not super miserable when things are bad. And he's again, rather than getting distracted by Diwali, he tries to focus his mind back on serving Krishna, irrespective of whether he's in misery or in happiness. But that doesn't mean again that he doesn't have a sensory perception or feeling of what is happiness and distress. He has that and he says, okay, it's by the effect of time, I am enjoying the so-called happiness, and by effect of time it will go away. And he is fixated in that position and he is not ruled. So that is how you will be 2x. That's how much. Yes.
You mentioned there would be exuberance, passion, and ignorance. Is ignorance just the absence of passion, or is it independent?
It's independent. It's independent. It's different. So, as I say, if you read Bhagavad Gita, the chapter on the three modes of nature, even it talks about how fasting is also in three modes. Fasting for self-purification, according to the scriptural injunction, is a mode of goodness. Fasting for political reasons is mode of passion, right? You see now in India, Bhuk Hartal, or if you don't agree to this, I'll fast till death. That's a mode of passion. Fasting is mode of ignorance, that is whimsically. You see, this will hurt your body. It's also the super soul inside. That is a mode of ignorance. So it's not that all fasting are good. So any activity that we do, that's the fundamental thing. People think charity has to be good. It's not. Not all charities are good. So it's a science. It's all described in this text. Srila Prabhupada has mercifully translated and given elaborate purports in a very precise and succinct manner, which clears all those confusions and doubts which are prevailing in the society. People in the name of Bhagavad Gita and religion, they have so many doubts and misconceptions, which this just adds more to the problem than solving it. So I recommend anyone who is not regularly studying, please read Srila Prabhupada's purports on Bhagavad Gita and utilize your life in the best possible way. So I'll end the class over here. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently, and we will now have chanting on Japa. And basically, Subhanahu wa ta'ala will lead it.